You may look and feel powerless, think there's nothing you can do, but it's not true. It's not true. You may face a wall in front of you and think there's no way through, but it's not true. It's not true. The United States of America must not divide us in despair. Remember the lady in the harbor said, "All I asked a girl," and she kissed the ground she walked on and thanked the stars above. This is my America, the land that I love. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. And among these rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So they headed to America, the tired and the poor. They traveled across oceans, landed on our shores, and they kissed the ground they walked on, thanked the stars above. America must not divide us in despair. Remember the lady in the harbor said, "All are welcome, all are welcome here. All are welcome here." We may look and feel powerless, think there's nothing we can do, but it's not true. It's not true. Hi, everybody. It's Maria from What's a Story with Maria. How's it going? First thing I want to do is I want to thank my unbelievable sidekick, Leo Rodriguez, for just doing that on his own. I didn't tell him to do that. Thank you, Leo. That was really, really special. And so tonight we have two special guests, as we always do. Our first guest is Kelly Wohlford, amazing singer, MC for Jazz Jam at Don't Tell Mamas. She also happened to be she won a MAC award for tech direction this year. And, I was thinking about food for 4th of July. Who better to specialize in fun, fabulous, festive food than Annette Zito? She's joining us. Leo, honey, hit that promo. I'm a big fish in a small pond. Got my days free and my nights long. I create my own reality. Who I am is fine with me. As famous as I wanna be. Thank you, honey bunny. So, so much is going on. So tonight I just ran in. Literally, I just got home about 15 minutes ago. We had Susie Campanero and I and Chris Hines, our wonderful musical brother in crime there. Chris Hines, we did our last children's show, I'd like to say of the season, and fingers are still crossed. Usually, what we do is this is our last show of the season. Then we take a few, like 3 or 4 weeks off, sometimes three, and then we start our summer session. This year, we didn't hear anything. We're like, we haven't heard anything. When do we start back up? Um, the sad news is that, although not a surprise, our funding was already cut by this administration by 80% for the entire, all, we had 10 schools, then we down to two. And now they have, they're not, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Leo. And now they have cut our funding because they don't believe that, because our bosses, they go to Washington and they lobby and stuff, and they try to, they don't feel that youth at risk is worth any kind of investment, especially LGBTQ youth at risk. Although we have we used to have many centers, and now they've cut all of them. But that said, um, my bosses are amazing. The founders of Road Recovery are amazing and resourceful, and they're working on all kinds of things. And one of them is through the city, and another one is a lot of foundations do help us out. So we're hoping, fingers crossed, that we can come back in September. But this is just the reality of it. I was thinking about this today. I'm not going to harp on it too much because I want to stay positive. But isn't it nice to know that there's plenty of money for monstrosities and algae repellents, but no money for youth at risk. But doesn't that tell you something? So I'm just going to leave it at that. And let's put positive vibes out into the world. I personally am not going to focus on that. I personally wanted, and I'm so glad, Leo, that you showed that video. I personally want to say something about this 250th anniversary, because I had like a pit in my stomach feel about it. I was like, what are we celebrating? You know what? This negative energy has been around for a little bit, but most of my life, maybe like 99, 98% of it, I've been incredibly proud to be an American. And my parents, who came from another country, as most of my friends' parents did, and my loved ones who were born in other countries, are proud to be Americans. And lots of amazing things are happening. We just don't always hear about it. But as you know, I don't know, Leo, if you saw this, but the Supreme Court today ruled that they cannot change the citizenship if you were born here. And that made me so happy. There are lots of great things happening. I also have noticed, and I really want to focus on this. I have really been focusing on the fact that some of us knew ahead of time that things were going to be rough, and some people just found out about it. And you know what I've decided to do? I've decided not to fight about it anymore. I've decided that what we all have in common is that we've all been lied to. What we all have in common is that our American dream, whatever that means to you, has been literally pulled from out underneath us. Guess what, though? We are the majority. We are the people. We, the people, still means something. And what I have seen, and Leo, we talk about this all the time, what I have seen across the country, as far as people voting for amazing, wonderful things, I feel so hopeful, and I feel regenerated that America is still the America that I love. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you. I'm just going to say this until 4th of July is over, and then we can go back to whatever. Let's try. This is my challenge to you as a teacher. Let's try to remember why we loved and being American, and why we loved and still respect the American dream. And I want you to, even if I try to do this before I go to bed, I make a gratitude list. It helps me fall asleep like that, by the way. let's make a gratitude list of all the things we love about being Americans, all the things we love about being citizens of the world, all the diversity we love. And, and that video you showed, Leo, thank you. I mean, that video is, I wrote that song with Wiltie and Hall. Lynn Porter's genius, the
Genius.
incredible arrangement. Her son, John, provided all those drone videos of the harbor and of ships and all that stuff. Bill Goffey, our mutual amazing friend, who was at, by the way, he came to the LGBTQ Center today and played 2 songs. I mean,
yay, good for you.
I know. And he was like so sweet. He was so plugged in and moved by the kids. It was really sweet. And he was talking to them afterwards and giving them words of encouragement. It was really nice.
I always knew he was a grandma. We got his inner grandma.
He is a little bit. Well, I'm a grandma too now. I'm a nonna.
I know, but you're an official nonna. But Bill, we had to break him out of his little. But he wears the sweaters with the little thing, so I know he's a grandma somewhere. And
he really is. By the way, I just want to put this out there because I'm going to need you to make labels. I'm introducing a new festive, what's the story with Maria offering? I make the meatballs, the marinara, the bolognese, the spicy sausage, the chicken soup with Mona Lisa spices. I am introducing, since I am a nonna now, Nonna's Pastina. So, yes. Elliot Rock maybe about a month ago because he had like a sinus infection and he was so happy. And then my friend Michael Galanti, who was a customer at the duplex, said, because I showed him a picture of Liam, and he said, "Are you gonna make him pastina?" And I was like, "Oh my God, that is the ultimate Italian nonna."
Lucky.
Yep. So I started making pastina for little baby Liam, and Judy loves it too, and Elliot, and I made some for Chuck Streeper, and I made some for Chauncey last night. I'm going to make some for Michael Isaacs tomorrow. So I'm going to do now. I may not start really making it. If you want it, let me know and I'll make it. Just say.
You said little Leo is what I heard, right? Little Leo.
Little Liam.
Oh,
but you're also my little Leo. If you want it, Leo, But if you would like some pastina, you just let me know and I'll add it to I'm going to start adding it to officially in the fall, officially in September. So if you're someone that likes, and it's going to be very reasonable for a quart, $10. That's it. It's so good. Delicious pastina in chicken broth. With spices that I make, not too spicy.
With love.
It's going to be perfect comfort food, especially if you need a little extra love or if you're not feeling well. And as I said, I made some for me and Judy and the baby, and it was a hit.
And your freaking face will be on it.
That's right.
To quote Mario.
To quote Mario Davila in Naples Cherry, right?
Maria, I was going to say.
What?
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. That was good. John Pietero said pastina is the drug. It certainly is.
Oh, yeah.
That's when you came home from school, it was a cold day. If you're going to your grandma's house, which God knows I always did, there was always pastina. And my mother, when my nieces were born, she started cranking out pastina again, like she did when we were little. And it's just like, I just find it to be so delicious. A little bit of butter in there when you make the pasta, then cook it in the
chicken broth.
Oh my God, it's so good. All right, let's check in. So I am adding that. So Leo, I'm going to reach out to you to make the labels for me like you always do. Nonna's pastina.
Hey, Maria, I was thinking today, I'm glad that the Supreme Court acted that way because then a lot of people would have to be getting on the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, and the Mayflower to go back.
We don't want that. That's right. So let's not forget. Let's really celebrate the 250. It has nothing to do with nut bag. Forget that. Look what's happening. Nobody's even showing up. Somebody said, "Oh my God, the things that people are saying, the funniest stuff." I'm just going to say it. It's awful, but that there were more people in the Epstein files than there were at that fair. I mean, I think that's one of the funniest things said. But there's nothing happening over there. Oh my God.
Oh,
But I will
who's
talk about,
that?
so the tall ships, remember, they're going to be in the New York Harbor from the 4th to the 7th, July 4th to the 7th. You can see them at South Street Seaport. The tall ships are magnificent. I saw them in Boston when I lived there. And they're going to be in Boston from the 11th, I believe, to the 15th. Boston Harbor is just to die. So remember,
They're
that's what
huge.
the Tea Party
Those boats are big.
from all over the world. So do yourself a favor. Celebrate America the way that makes you proud, whatever that is. And let us celebrate each other as immigrants, as children of immigrants, as wonderful Americans, black, white, gay, straight, lovers of America. It doesn't matter. You are a good person. You celebrate this country the way our forefathers wanted us to do it.
Hey, where else can you get a podcast that's almost been running for close to 9 years with all your friends every Tuesday night? America.
That's right, Leo. Thank you. Thank you. And yes, we're coming up, believe it or not. July 18th is our 9th year. Rena will have to make a 9. You know, last year she made an 8, made a pastry. I might have to go there. Maybe I'll go there for it.
Oh my God! With your quiet Italian family.
My very quiet, my very shy and quiet Italian Massachusetts.
And just one snack.
Just a little snack. We usually have. Rita puts out a few snacks. But anyway, I got a new Mac. I'm very excited about that. So my neighbor upstairs is coming to get all that started tomorrow. So hopefully, knock on wood, by next week I will be operating out of my Mac, my new Mac, and it's going to be great. Okay.
Who are those people?
What, honey?
Maria, who are those people?
Oh, the power couple of the century. That there would be Lori Towers and John Pietero of WFMU.org. Now, before you go on and do your wonderful spiel, may I just say that it was John's birthday Sunday. Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday, hunky historian.
We love John Pietero, as we do.
Yes, we do.
And then it'll be Scorpio season and we'll celebrate Lori. But John.
And the person who rings him in and keeps him in line.
Oh, my God. No kidding, right? So they were so sweet. They came to the Stonewall and then we all hung out. And lots of great people. I saw so many great floats and so many great. Hochul was there. Letitia James. You know, I'm a huge fan of Letitia James. I also love Kathy Hochul. She was so sweet. And then our new celebrity.
Woohoo!
Let me tell you something. Whether you voted for him or not, whether you liked him or not, whether you're sold on him or not, let me tell you about this guy. Zoran Mandami, whatever you think of him, give him, all I'm going to say is this. Give him a chance. Give peace a chance. Because this guy has so much amazing energy, so full of love in his heart, and doing so many great things. And I am personally so excited about it. And my kids that I teach for the first time since I've ever been teaching teenagers are literally getting political again and registering to vote and canvassing and being excited. So let's help each other out. I also am excited for Brad Lander, who I always liked so very much. Brad Lander. There's a lot of Darlita. I'm giving her a chance. She's a representative now from Washington
Maria,
Heights.
Our Wohlford has landed, so she's in
Perfect. So these are just some pictures from
Trevor
Pride.
Project.
I know. Pride. That was the Trevor Project. The Trevor Project, by the way, if you're ever looking for a wonderful charity, these are my favorite charities. The Trevor Project, which just look up the Trevor Project. They say no kid should be alone. I could cry every time they drive by. Tunnel to Towers is also one of my favorite charities. I mean, I have so many ones that I absolutely love. Just, of course, the Entertainment Fund, Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. But give the Trevor Project and Tunnels to Towers. Now they do lots of stuff for vets. Those are some of my favorite charities. Um, Wounded Warrior. There's like if it's that's what we should be doing on 4th of July, celebrating our wonderful charities. Okay. Speaking of celebrating wonderful things, first before we do zoom her in, I want to Danielle Alexandria Alchemy has checked in. She's always the first one in. Go and check her out. She's a medium, a spiritual guide, a teacher, does so many incredible things. Does readings. Go to her website. Lori and John are on WFMU.org. They have a show Wednesday nights called Beneath the Underground. Please go and check them out. And shows are archived if you want to listen. They're so wonderful to local songwriters. I can't thank you enough. Lyd Portis Genius has checked in. Rena Cugnali Berge, my cousin from Massachusetts. Oh my God, Ron Berge that's it. He's unstoppable now. He's been performing karaoke now that he's a retired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a retired mailman now. He's off to the races, as they say. Ed Kutu, my friend from high school, has joined in from Blade Salon in Rocky Hill, Connecticut. Go get your hair did there. My friend Tanya Penn. Oh my God, it's the fabulous. Thank you, Supreme Court, for holding up the Constitution. Love that 14th Amendment. Yes, I agree. And I was talking about you the other day, Tanya, and how you and my mom had a very special relationship. So I always think of you when I think of my mom. You have the same birthday. Brian Johnson, my sweet friend. I love you, Brian. We went to high school together as well. And I'm sending you and your family a lot of loves this week. You know why. Please come visit Carl. Yes, honey, I'd love to see you. He also works for the Stoneham Police Department. And my hometown, Stoneham, Mass, had like a little pride thing. And they put out like a happy pride. I was like, man, we've come far. Okay, and look at who else has just joined us. Eugenia Mesa Dominguez, my honey, and Abuela, to my favorite little being on the planet.
Hot Abuela.
She's Abuela, and I'm Nana to a little.
She's a hot Abuela.
She's a very hot Abuela. Everybody always goes, the grandmother. I thought you were the mother. I know.
But see, what people don't realize is that we are Latin. It's kind of in the Latin blood.
Oh my God, absolutely 100%. Good evening, pretty ladies, she said to us. Oh, girl, thank you. All right, so Judy's got a lot of stuff coming up. I can't wait. We can't wait to start talking about it soon. Gavin Baugh, I've been watching you, honey. You're doing so many amazing things. Hi, baby. Congratulations on all that great stuff you're doing at the theater.
Okay. Are we ready to make this beautiful ladies a trio?
Yes, and beautiful, talented, smart, and amazing, starters of great things. Are we ready to put our hands together for our friend Kelly Wohlford, everybody?
Yay!
There she is. Hi, honey. Yay, so happy to see you.
So happy to see you too. We've known each other for a million years.
I know, honey. And you know what? It's almost like I forget because every time I see you, I'm like, oh, she's so nice, that person. And I'm like, that's Kelly. You know, you've been so many different people over the years, right? Like you're one. When's your birthday, by the way?
January 6th.
Okay. Oh my God. Like my niece. So you're Capricorn. Capricorns are no joke. They are very driven, organized, creative, self-starters. Don't mess with a Capricorn. I know.
That's right.
I know because my niece the same birthday as you. So Kelly, you first of all, congratulations on winning the award, the MAC Award for Tech Director of the Year.
Thank you.
That's a big deal. And I got to see you at Don't Tell Mamas when I was fortunate enough to be there for that songwriter event that our friend Goldie runs.
Yeah.
Goldie TV. Yep. And now you're doing this great jazz jam, right?
Yeah. It's funny. I've been a singer and a musician my entire life, and then I got into the technical world, because you got to pay your bills. Right. And it's my left brain loves that stuff. And
Yeah.
but when I came back to New York, I was thinking I want to do something, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And then COVID happened,
Right.
which the clubs closed down. There was really, everybody was sort of in limbo for years. And then when things started to open up, I was like, I really want to do something, but I'm not sure what I want to do. And then one night, I've been getting to know Quentin Harris and his family, Renee Guerrero and Artemisia LeFay. They're amazing musical family. And I did their Christmas show here at Don't Tell Mama years ago. And I just fell in love with this family.
Wow.
And so one night I woke up and couldn't sleep. And I thought, you know what? I want to do something with Quentin. I want to do a jazz jam with him. And so I texted him the next day and I said, what do you think what do you think about this? And so he was like, yeah, he was totally game to do it. And so we started out, we decided on Mondays because theaters are dark and, we figured there'd be musicians that were, looking for stuff to do, fun stuff to do. And it started, actually, the very first one was a year ago on January 6th, my birthday.
I love it.
And we've now, it's been a year and a half now, and it's just been growing in little stages. It originally was called Scat School.
Oh, I love that too. I love anything that's alliteration.
But everybody thought that was a workshop, and they were like, and they were, I'm afraid I don't want to do this. And so, over the course of the first 8 months of it being called Jazz Jam or Scat School, I would explain to people, you do not have to scat. Your songs from your American songbook and your key, and this gives you an opportunity to work with musicians that you might not think you're ready for. There's a communication that happens on stage with a band.
Yes. Now, Kelly, go ahead, Leo. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Kelly, they should just follow Ella Fitzgerald's advice. Forget the words.
Exactly.
Well,
she was the master.
She really was. And do you know Ella Fitzgerald? It's funny that her name should come up. When you think of jazz. Do you know that Ella Fitzgerald, hands down, every time I hear something, like I'll be somewhere and I'll just hear, and I stop and go, oh my God, who is that? It's always her. Every single time that my mind is blown by a vocalist. And it's almost like, how can I forget how great she was and still is? Like, I feel like she never really went anywhere. Her energy is still everywhere. It's like there's no voice ever, I feel, that ever was replicated her. She's such an original, right?
Mm-hmm.
But behind that voice is this human being who loves the craft and loves. She's so generous with her talent, and that kind of generosity is not easy to find.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's very much a lot of energy that's always going out to the audience.
Yes.
But there's not a lot being pulled in. And that's that connection that she had. I mean, you couldn't stop. You just couldn't. You just are glued to her.
Absolutely. Do you know, I'm sure you do know, I don't know if the audience knows, that I'm always moved by that story about her and Marilyn Monroe.
I was going to say.
Please tell that story, because this is such a beautiful story about Marilyn, which used to go to the club. So I'll tell it quickly because I just love this. It always moves me. And I have a picture somewhere of the two of them. It's a black and white. So Marilyn Monroe got had the privilege of hearing Ella Fitzgerald in a club. And it was before the civil rights movement, of course, or, right around that time. And club owners there was a tremendous amount of racism. And they were like, great, you can sing here, but you can't, you have to go through the back, or whatever it was, all this crazy stuff. And we're not sure if we're going to keep you. Marilyn Monroe sat in the front row, and it was such a hubbub, and there was press and all that stuff. And she said to the owners on the way out, every night that you book her, I will sit in the front row. I will come to every single show. And if you do not book her, or if you do, oh my God, Leo, who's better than you? And if you do not treat her with the utmost respect, I will make sure that I never come to your club again. And I tell all my friends never to come to your club again. And I just love that story. And, it's like two amazing energies that, like, the same thing with Marilyn. Marilyn, 100 years, I think her birthday or 100 birthdays now, because they're doing like some kind of an exhibit for her. And still the energy is everywhere, right? Like great spirits, the energy never goes, it never dies. So I love that story. But so now we're talking about that. Now, you know what I do want to talk about before I forget? So I don't know Quentin Harris, but I looked up a few things, and he just won like he was a finalist in the Florida Theater, right? For a jazz piano player, jazz pianos. And so how did you discover them doing their show? But he's a young guy, right?
He is 24 years old.
Unbelievable.
He is headlining at Birdland. He just got hired. He sent his materials into Bemelman's, and he's probably the youngest jazz pianist that's ever played Bemelman's.
Really?
And he's doing it on a regular basis now. And he's doing Mesro. I think he's got his first gig at Mesro. He's playing all over the place. He's amazing. He is absolutely, and he is one of the nicest kids you'll ever meet.
Isn't great?
I adore him, and I get to work with him.
Oh, now you, as a singer, you're hosting it, right? And you sing as well.
Yeah. Although I don't get to sing that. I mean, as we grow, I don't get to sing quite as much, which is fine. It's not about me. I love to sing, and I get to sing. I can pick and choose whenever I want to, but it's really about. I just love people getting together and enjoying music together, and that's why when it was when people heard it was scat school and they were afraid to come, I was like, don't be afraid to come. This is not a highbrow, thing. This is us in a room together making music and having fun. And
I want you to do us a favor, and because first of all, is it Monday nights? Is it Monday nights usually?
It's every third Monday of the month.
Okay.
We were picking dates, and I was like, this is crazy. If I make a flyer and send it out to the hotels in the neighborhood, I have to make flyers every 3 months. It's like
right.
So we decided on every third Monday at 7. And
I love that.
The cover charge is low so that people aren't afraid to come. And I want young people to come. I want them to bring their instruments and play. And
God.
If it was $25 and they had to have 2 drinks, it gets up there into the hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
And I don't want that. I want people to come and enjoy themselves. This is not about money for me.
We have to go. Lynn is saying, wow, Lori Towers, we have to hear him. Yes, let's go. Everybody, we have to go. It's third Mondays of every month. I work a lot of Mondays at Stonewall, but lots of them I also have off. So Susie and I will alternate. Now, so cool. Give me the rundown of a typical jazz jam with you. Like, what is a typical night? It starts at 7, and are you the opening act? Tell me how it goes. What's the rundown?
Well, usually what we like to do is get the band warmed up, and we set up everything. We have drums set up, we have a DI set up, we have bass amp, we have a bass player. Clayton Thompson is our bass player, and he's amazing. He's absolutely amazing. And then Quentin on piano. Ron Drodos fills in when Quentin's got gigs. And we've had people bring in, their violins, their guitars, and you can bring anything you want.
Wow.
Anything you want. And if you want to fiddle around with the band, Christine Reisner brings her, speaking of fiddles, Christine Reisner comes and brings her fiddle, and she'll sit in the front and she'll listen and she'll talk to Quentin or Ron and get the key, and she'll look it up on her iPad and she'll add all this beautiful flavor.
Oh my God, how gorgeous.
And she'll sing and play. And it's like anything goes.
Wow, I love this.
Yeah.
I love this. So do people sign up if they want to sing, or is that the way?
It's very informal. It's
okay, I love that.
When people walk in, and if I know that they're singers, I put them on, I just write them down. And if new faces come in, I ask them if they'd like to sing, and sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they want to listen first. See what it's all about, and then I'll kind of go back to them and say, what do you think? You want to sing? And they'll be like, yeah, I think I do, because it's about people feeling comfortable in this environment. I don't want them intimidated by jazz. I want them, because it's really not intimidating.
Oh, it's beautiful. Jazz. I find jazz to be freeing.
It's freeing. Exactly.
That's how my dad was a huge jazz buff, and that's where I got all my jazz education from, my dad. And he used to, on the weekend, he was a hairdresser, but on the weekends, on Sunday morning, he was a jazz DJ for a radio station. Back in the day, I was like, really, when they literally put and he would pick all the songs. So I learned all that stuff from my dad. And also he would take me to jazz cruises, all jazz brunches, buffets, all that stuff. Even as a little kid, if you could get in and there was food, then in Massachusetts you could go. If it was just a bar, then you had to be over 21. But so I grew up listening to jazz and loving it. And so
that's fantastic.
To me, it's freeing. It's like just your soul soars. I love that. And John Coltrane is my favorite. But I just so many great things. And jazz it's ever changing, and then all these new people, and now like Quentin Harris, we right, Leo?
Yeah, I was going to say it's such a wide, jazz encompasses such a wide range of music, from its beginnings to, as you said, Coltrane, Miles Davis, and where they took it with experimental jazz, and I mean, it's just expression. It really is just expression.
Right.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. And even
the Nat King Cole kind of jazzy that's me right there.
Yeah.
It's cool to see the young people appreciate the tradition of it. Like when Quentin sits down, he talks about his favorite jazz artists. I mean, he's going way back. And this kid is he's like a library of jazz knowledge.
That's incredible.
He belongs at Birdland then. Birdland was made for him then.
Yeah, I used to, many years ago, I used to go, Jazz at Lincoln Center on Saturdays used to have it was kind of like I forget what they called it, but it was for young people. And you could go, and I think it was $15, and you could sit there, and it was like a Wynton Marsalis would do like a workshop and focus on different, it would be like John Coltrane, it would be Miles, it would be just different people and I tried to go to as many of them as I could. I mean, I wasn't a kid, I was an adult, but I loved it, and also it helped me with my students. And I just think it's so accessible and wonderful and beautiful. So when young people appreciate that, we have to, it's also that there are two things that are true American offerings to the world. Only two. Everything else comes from other places, right? Other places brought them to America, and then of course we expanded on them. But there are two things: jazz and Alcoholics Anonymous. Yeah, that were actually created specifically in America and then gifted to the rest of the world.
I'm going to add one more to that: musical theater.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, a lot of forms come from Russia, there's Italy being opera. Paris always had.
But like
Yeah.
but jazz, the foundation of jazz, I think, is really the blues, which is
Yep.
comes from it comes from our sisters and brothers of color,
Yep.
and
100%.
rap gets tied into that as well. I mean, it's the voice of humanity, really.
Yep.
Gospel as well.
R&B. Absolutely. I
R&B,
couldn't agree more.
all
Oh,
connected.
Harriet Tubman, the movie, that soundtrack involves a lot of that, the beginnings of it, and then it just. I was talking with the group that I was watching it. I'm like, if you watch, this is the beginning. This is the beginning of our modern invention of jazz, when just singing to each other about what was going to happen and living life and communicating that way. So some people don't get it. That's where we got our beginnings.
Absolutely.
And
So
there
Kelly, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nina Simone and
Yeah.
Nina
Sarah
Simone.
Vaughan. My dad
She-
loved Sarah Vaughan. We used to listen to that a lot.
Sarah Vaughan. I
I
mean, I
love
listened
Sarah Vaughan.
to this when I was in college, high school and college, when all my friends were listening to Peter Frampton and Elton John.
Yeah,
was-
I mean, I love that too. But the
Billie
beauty of-
Holiday.
Billie Holiday. Oh my gosh.
I know.
And the stories that they tell through their music, it's heartbreaking and beautiful.
Yes.
I feel so lucky to have grown up in the era that I did, because I'm not sure, theater has changed a lot. Music has changed a lot. Public education doesn't make room for the arts anymore.
Yeah.
Very much focused on testing and scores, and I was really, really lucky to grow up in Iowa with an amazing public school education, which
Yep.
includes music and chorus and theater and all of these things.
Yep.
And my family's influence on me. My mom she actually just resigned from the Bettendorf Park Band that she was with for over 50 years as a drummer.
What?
My mom.
Wow.
How cool is that?
Very, very cool.
That is so cool.
My foundation,
Wow.
And I just and the fact that I was able to follow my passion and be in the music business and do all the things that I've done is all really because of my parents. And I think about working with Quentin and his family, and Renee and Larry, the parents, are just, they encourage their kids to keep seeking it out, to keep getting in there and trying something new, and encouraging them to write, encouraging them to be creative, encouraging them to stretch a little further, and this is where we're at.
I love it. So the third Monday of every month, Jazz Jam. Now, normally this is the part. Okay, it's only $5 coverage charge, $20 minimum. Remember, Don't Tell Mamas is cash only. Come play and sing. Kelly is your MC. You have a full band there and things like that. Okay, now normally this is the part of the show where we do
everybody.
Just show up. It's good. I love what I'm seeing so far and hearing. Now, normally this is part of the show where we do the food section of our show, and I cook for it. But I had my teenage show today, so I couldn't cook. So I asked our friend Annette Zito from Kitchenette to zoom in and talk about 4th of July food, and there she is, Annette Zito. Leah, can you give us a round of applause? Do you have that handy?
Yes, I'm sorry, I was drooling for a second.
Oh my God, that looks so good. So Kelly,
my firecracker burgers.
Kelly.
Hi, Kelly. I love listening to you about all the music. It's fantastic. I gotta go.
Yeah,
Third
we should.
Monday
we gotta
of
go.
the month.
We'll get Bill Goffey. We'll get Lynn. We got to get a big group and just go and have the best time and start making it a tradition.
Yes.
So because we love traveling in groups. This little gaggle,
Herds.
So Annette, tell us about Tell us about 4th of July and what you think. Annette always creates menus. Go ahead, honey.
Well, the first thing I want to say has nothing to do with food. It is everybody see if you can get to watch The American Experiment on Netflix. It is amazing. It's about the starting of our country and how we got through all the documents. It was really well done with a lot of input, not only from people like Hillary Clinton and Nancy Pelosi, but you've even got Ted Cruz and Mike Pence. Like, they just went to everybody to give their input. That's just a little American. Now, as far as food goes, people have a lot of pressure about 4th of July. I don't. You don't have to cook, people. You don't. But you do have to show up not empty-handed if you're going somewhere. So because Maria asked yesterday about this, having seen my posts for other strawberry things that I've created. Oh, those are my firecracker burgers that have cheddar cheese in the middle of them. And they are they have a little heat to them, which is why they explode in your face. They're delicious.
All right. Hey, listen.
There's that.
There's that too, right.
We've got strawberries, which I had posted about the other day, and that's what caught Maria's eye. So you can easily take some strawberries. Trader Joe's has some freeze-dried, crunchy little strawberries.
I love Trader Joe's, my favorite store.
I have to make you hear the crunch of the freeze-dried.
I heard
and then you could take one of their little layer cakes, crumble a little of the freeze-dried strawberry on top.
What a good idea.
Garnish with strawberry. And you look like you did something really hard. And all you did was open a cake and add a little to it. Zhuzh it up, people.
Oh, my God.
With the theme, maybe we should just scat on the cake.
Wow.
Add a few notes of something that's great. If you buy the lemon cake, just take a lemon, zest that sucker. I mean, be creative, but don't work hard. It's too damn hard.
Sorry, did you say that the password was zhuzh?
Zhuzh.
You know, Annette was
Kelly,
Annette was on Password this last season.
I was on Password for the holiday edition. And I
really?
won.
Yeah.
And she won.
I love it.
I won.
Now, Annette, do you ever make like I know the staples are like potato salad, deviled eggs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you make you like potato salad?
I love potato salad, and I like making it not with mayonnaise. I like making it with oil because you can get a lighter, fresher version, and you add a little feta. There is a recipe on my site. I didn't even think of that to give to Leo today, but it's on my site.
And what is your kitchenette.com? KITCH Annette ANNETTE. That's for our radio listeners because that's going to podcast right after this, so you can't necessarily see what we're talking about, but you can hear us.
You mean they can't see this burger that we're showing right now? The
lamb burger. The lamb burger was a fun one to create. I thought that should be easy enough, and it really is delicious. I have a little lamb love right now after the Oscars this year. My lamb is ridiculous.
And I love the Kalamata olives from Greece.
Yes, I have a little of that. I think there's feta on that burger. There's some English cucumber. You can see the red onion. That was such a good burger. To not make lamb could be a little gamey. It has a particular flavor.
I agree.
And that has a little cinnamon in it and different spices.
Cinnamon.
Again, yeah, you just put a little touch of
Middle
things
Eastern,
in there.
huh? Yeah.
Yeah, it just is so easy, but gives such a nice twist. They even sell ground lamb at Trader Joe's now. It's $11.99 a pound, but very delicious to be a twist.
Yeah, I love that.
Burgers don't have to be beef, baby.
No, they don't. Although I prefer beef to anything, but that is phenomenal. Thank you for sharing that with us. And I also love a coleslaw. I like to make coleslaw.
Oh, a slaw is always good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love to make a salsa. I make my own salsa. Just chop up some delicious, like Rheinweite tomatoes, I add cucumber, jalapenos, cilantro, red pepper. I even add red pepper, orange pepper.
I've done that for sure. Yeah.
It's so good. Fresh. I love fresh vegetables. I love
Fresh,
that.
bright, and in the coming heat, stay hydrated. And that means you can have something like that salsa, which has a lot of good cucumbers or electrolytes.
Yep.
Slice them up, put them in your water with some mint, some lemon. Zhuzh it up, people. We're back to zhuzh.
Actually, we do that for our grandson, me and Judy. We get his little sippy cup. We add water, from the bottle. No, we don't use plastic bottles. We use glass bottles now. And we cut up some cucumber, put a little watermelon in there for him, sometimes some lemon, some blueberries, and that instead of juices, instead of all that sugar. That
100%.
And he loves it. He loves it. He loves it.
That cutie baby pie. All you want to do is eat that face.
I know, he's just beautiful. Oh my God. So now I can't believe this night is flying. So Annette, I'm gonna email everybody. We're getting a group together. You, me, Lynn, Bill Goffey, Susie Camp. We're gonna get a big group together and go to this jazz night that Kelly runs.
Absolutely.
I am so excited. And you know what else, Kelly? What I saw that you did at the end there, Kelly was walking around. I think how you close the show. Tell everybody how you usually.
Do you want to show? She sent us that video, correct?
Yeah. Do you mind, Kelly, if we show it?
I have it right.
I thought it was so creative.
Here. I'm so sorry I didn't play it right away.
No, this is a good one.
Oh, man.
How fun. So you walk around with a microphone?
Yeah, it's such an organic thing. We started this when it was called Scat School. And I just would walk into the audience and I knew certain people in the audience were game, and as I'm going through the evening and kind of getting to know people, and I would look at them and say, "What do you think?" And they're like, "Okay," and then I'll do a little scat or whatever.
I love that.
We did every show with that. I think that our Christmas show this last year, we did "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas," and they sang all the verses, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 times all around the room. Everybody got to sing, and it was just cool. It was just so cool, and just the community. This is something we really need right now.
Oh my God! Oh my God! So much so, I love that kind of stuff. We need it, and we deserve it. We deserve it. And I always say musicians are my favorite people in the world. They're just my favorite. I feel like music heals everything. My favorite friends are my musician friends. It's just musicians are like a different breed.
Yeah.
It's just a different breed. So now let me ask you one more question, because I didn't get to ask this. So I know that it's singers that show up, and you said people will bring their instruments, like if someone was a sax player or. Now, are there people that will sit in on the bass or the piano or the drums, or do you switch people out, or not so much?
Absolutely. Quentin lives in his mom, Renee Guerrero, she teaches piano and teaches a lot of things. And actually Quentin teaches jazz. And he's got a kid that lives in his neighborhood. He is now 16 years old. His name is Henry. And he showed up one night, and he's only played in rock bands, like, high school rock bands. And he sat in with us for a number of weeks. And then he came back recently. He's got a lot of school stuff right now, so it's not easy for him to come in on a Monday night. But he comes in and he sits and he plays, and it gives him a chance to work with these great professional musicians. And
I know.
I fell.
I agree. It's the most beautiful feeling.
Really,
Music
really.
is the most beautiful feeling. And then to pass it on, like, or to share it, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Where people just jump in and do amazing things together. There's nothing better, I think. So I can't wait to tell my friends. I have a lot of friends that play in the pit on Broadway, and a lot of them are trumpet players and like that kind of stuff. Like, oh my God.
Love it.
Yeah, like I can't wait to spread the word, So it's only, folks, it's only $5. I mean, what the hell? You can't even get a Starbucks coffee for $5. I'm not joking, and then it's a $20 minimum, which is so great. And also, Don't Tell Mamas has food as well, which is really delicious. That's good to know. Yeah, must include 2 drinks. Kelly, can you order food as well at that time or not so much?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. Kitchen's
Yeah.
open till.
Excellent. Yeah, I mean, it's just delicious food. I've eaten there. I've enjoyed many shows there. I really, really like the feel. It's just old school. It's really great.
And the location is great. The location is great.
Easy to get to. You have the one, you have the A, B, C, D. I mean, D on the other side, if you just walk a few blocks over. But all the buses that go down the M10, the M20, it's like super easy. You
Not far from Grand Central for we Westchester people.
See? So yes, we're gonna make a plan. We're gonna go see Kelly. And one more thing, and I'll ask you both. I'd like to end the show with some inspiration, because all the people that watch this show are all creative people. All kinds of creatives, writers, chefs, visual artists, musicians, actors. And when you get to a place where you're like, maybe hit a wall, maybe you're kind of down in the dumps, maybe you're like, why bother? Maybe you're thinking, I hear this a lot from my friends. I'm getting too old to do this. I hate that. I feel like we can go on forever as creatives. So we'll start with Annette, and we'll go Annette, Leo, Kelly. Let's leave our friends with some inspiration as we go into our summer, and also I feel like things are getting better. I do, and I feel like something's shifting. So, what words of encouragement, Annette? We'll start with you. Would you leave our creative friends with?
Age is just experience. It has no limits. I am 61, going on the rest of my life. 20 years, 30 years. I might have that long. And what's to stop me? Not one damn thing. Don't limit yourself. Just go.
I love that. I love that.
Just go. Who cares?
Leo,
that's my inspiration.
I love that. That's phenomenal. Leo, what do you think, honey?
Well, I know it's inspiration, but I have one little thing. When you're out there celebrating our wonderful 250, where we have remember your little animal friends, please, your doggies and your kitties and all of the little pets that get scared by those big noises, and be inspired by your love for them to protect them.
Yep. And you know what? When you don't leave dogs or animals in cars, it's in the summer. I don't care if you crack a window or not. It's not the time. So on top of that. So Kelly, my friend, leave us with some words of encouragement, as I know you have.
My words would be, don't ever stop trying something new. I think taking, going beyond your limits and trying something difficult it keeps you fresh, and it keeps you young, and it keeps you alive.
Absolutely, 100%. As a matter of fact, just yesterday, I read that from people, because I'm 64, so I'm heading towards 65, right? And I've been thinking about that a lot, because a lot of people are retiring, all that stuff. I have no desire to retire. But what I did here was from 65 to 75 is one of the most dangerous times for people, because people go into routines, especially if they retire. They go to the same diner all the time. They do the same activities and things like that, which is comforting in a way. But what this study said was, challenge yourself every day to do something new. And your brain will keep going and will keep creating new things versus a routine, and keep learning, keep educating yourself. And that's how a person stays young and vibrant.
Totally.
And do what feels good. Don't do what people say you're not supposed to do at your age.
Oh,
I ski, and when I turned 50, people were like, "You're going to ski? What if you fall? Like, what if you break a hip?" I get a new one and get on the skis. It's not about your age.
Right.
Everyone's got to get over themselves, or else you could go do your routine, and that's fine for you. I'm going to not do that.
Well, yes.
I'm obnoxious tonight. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, Annette, you always have great energy. So, okay, for the new thing, people out there, whether you're my age, because, or older or younger, here's something we all have in common. We can go to Jazz Jam, MC by our friend Kelly Wohlford, winner of the Tech Director of the Year from MAC, and also an amazing singer, an incredibly wonderful, beautiful human being. And let's blow our minds open with beauty and music and love, and meet new friends. You're gonna make new friends.
Yes.
So Kelly, thank you. I know how busy you are, and you're always rehearsing or doing a show. I can't believe we actually got a night that you could do this. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm so thrilled to reconnect with you, and so thrilled for your show. And thank you.
And Annette, you saved the day, because I was literally, I literally skated into home plate like head first today, and I was like, and I knew you could save the day with the food section. Thank you. And Leo,
is that my doorbell? Is that my Annette Dash? Is it here? Oh no!
Oh, how much I would love that, my fairy.
Leo's in California, so we can't send him anything. But we love.
I was going to say there's no train from California straight to. Well,
can you imagine? Hey, anything's possible.
I'd be right there Monday.
And we love and appreciate you. Enjoy your cookouts. Enjoy, whatever you do. It doesn't matter. You can stay home and sleep all day if you want. But I want you to make a gratitude list. That's my homework for you. Make a gratitude list of what you love about being American. And remember, jazz and AA, your two most American things that ever came out of it. But just enjoy. Go see Kelly the third Monday of every month. Leo, thank you. Come see us every Tuesday. We're here from 9 to 10. Go to kitchenannette.com. Annette is constantly creating recipes. She has a little YouTube channel herself. And remember, we love and appreciate you. Be good to yourself. Don't listen to the news anymore. Listen to some jazz. How about that?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Good night.
And the password is zhuzh.
Zhuzh.